it's a little difficult. Okay, when I go back, I'm considered a foreigner. Okay, I'm a foreigner. A lot of things that you left 30 something years ago, it's not the same. So it's strange. This is my home. I'm an American, so it's my home. The first time I wore my African outfit, I said that costume. I said, excuse me? What do you mean costume? Why are you so colorful? I said, this is a dress, it's not a costume. This is a dress. I mean, I have been home for 19 years, so of course this is home now. I think, I mean, although I'm here as an American, I don't see myself really as like American. I still consider Ivory Coast as my country, and I think probably the reason why is because that's where I was born, that's where I grew up, and my whole family is there. So it's like, true, I am an American citizen, but my home is still in Ivory Coast, really. So that's how I see myself. Although that I'm an American citizen, I can make vote, like I said, make a difference. I think if you really ask me to choose, I'll choose my country, because that's where my family is.
I think many of us had the when Pinochet came into power, so that's part of the growing up and the how our childhood was also shaped by that event of the memories, and sort of in my case, my family was leftist. So that's also part of the memories of growing up and not realizing that was not normal till we had democracy later on. A friend of mine that's Chilean said that it's the Americans, they work from the head. We Latins work from the heart. And I did not mention it last time, one of the reasons I stay, it had to do with the spiritual path I am in. So I felt like I was more needed here than back in my country. And that's hard to understand, at least hard to explain, but this country has a need that I think we don't have in mind, and I feel it's more like a spiritual soul need that you feel in my country. In my country there's a lot of economical needs, at least then, and so are here, but there is such an emptiness sometimes I feel in people, that I think that's the emptiness maybe of relationship, of finding meaning, what motivates people to move on. I think when you have less, when there is hardship, people have more of a vision and a life with more meaning. I see a lot of emptiness sometimes here with people pushing to get a bigger house, or like our family wants a bigger house now, but or going to college, like that's sort of the end of the purpose of life, without a vision sometimes of what is the need around, what do we want as a society, what do I want. I don't know, it's sort of a bigger picture. It's very self-centered often, and not that Chile is not, but I think there is a bit more of this concern that's outside your own life, and for me that was one of the reasons I wanted to stay, and I think that still is the case.
Yeah, I'm Fitzpatrick Rigby. Depends on who is talking to me. They may call me Fitz, or they may call me Patrick. I'm from Guyana, which is it's part of South America. Well, I would say that I'm very, very much at home in this country. There are very many pluses being here. Actually, when I left Guyana, my original aim was to come, study, and go back and work, serve my country. But as fate would happen, I ended up not wanting to go back home. After 9 years being away from home, I went back home for the first time in 1979 with an intention of staying Didn't realize that things had changed so much, and how much I had changed. We take a lot of stuff for granted when we leave our country. And it's very difficult to leave a primary society to come over to a secondary society such as this society, as I learned later on, and then to go back to primary society. Things that we take for granted here, different back in my country. And a very big difference is that, well, one of the biggest factor in me not wanting to stay back in Guyana is that most of my friends are gone. I was a stranger in my own neighborhood.
So I decided to get a taxi. So I said, take me to Philippine Embassy. Yeah. So I went to Philippine Embassy. The thing is, he dropped me somewhere else. It's not even in the front of Philippine Embassy. So I said, where I'm gonna go now? And I can barely speak English, and I don't know the place. So I saw this church. The door was a little bit open. So I said, let me go to the church. I'm not Catholic. I didn't grow up as a Catholic. I grew up as Iglesia ni Cristo. But there's no place for me now to go and pray, you know. So I opened this church. I went inside in there. I cried and cried in there inside. Please, Lord, help me. I'm strangers in this country here, and I don't know where to go. Please help me. I stayed there, and maybe I stayed there for like 1 hour, praying, just to guide me where to go and everything. And then I came out, like my body, my chest is like, I cried so much in the church. That's why I was so calm and free and everything. I walked maybe like 100 steps. Then I saw my flag doing like this, and I passed that area, and I didn't see it. So I saw the flag. Oh my God, that's my flag! So I was so happy. But when I told my family back home that I got married with a black man, now they're trying to disown me again. I said, America is so big. Why you marry a black man? When I applied for my citizenship, they give me these books again to review and everything, and we had exam and everything inside there. I said, when they give me the exam, when I finish, I give it to the immigration officer. She check and check and check and check, and said, oh, okay, you passed, so you're welcome to United States, you're now a citizen. And luckily, and we have a lot inside there. They have Spanish, Filipinos also, and everything. And some of them, I saw them, they're all crying because I think they didn't pass the exam. That's why they're crying. And then I said, okay, you go in there. Now you are a citizen. I said, oh my goodness, now I'm American citizen.